Nice to be here with you, Mr. Soorty. Is this Asad, right?
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to be here with you, Andrew.
Can you please tell the audience who you are, what you do in the company, and we'll start from there if that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure. I'm Asad Soorty, and I'm one of the directors at Soorty Enterprises. Soorty Enterprises is a vertically integrated denim manufacturing company. We buy raw cotton and we export ready-made garments. I think most of our viewers should know that. We have a setup mainly out of Pakistan, but we also have a garment factory in Bangladesh. We have an offshore setup, a development center right outside of Istanbul in Chorlu, where our customers come with the help of our expert professionals. They make their collections, they make new washes, and we replicate them in Pakistan or Bangladesh and ship them. From there, we have a design house in Amsterdam and a design and sales office in Manhattan. So that's about it. I look after the garment division in Pakistan. That's my primary responsibility, in addition to looking after the sustainability and R&D initiatives throughout the company.
That's great. Thank you. So today, what we wanted to do was ask you how you guys are doing and how you're coping in the current situation. And if you could tell us that, I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, the situation is, I think you know it as well as we all do, because it's a global problem. It's not any one company that's going through it, but it's extremely grim. It is dire. We have experienced a lot of order cancellations, postponements. Right now, we're under lockdown, but when we do open, we have maybe 10-20% of our capacity being filled. And
Wow.
the thing is, we're vertical. So we don't just have a garment factory. We can't just stop our payments to the fabric mills. We own the fabric mill. We own the spinning mill. We've bought cotton because the season comes at a specific time. So you have to harvest the crop and buy it. So we've bought cotton for many months ahead. So there's a lot of capital that's actually stuck up right now. But I think Soorty is a financially strong company. It's healthy. And with the help of our customers and our brands, who we hope can also understand our problems on the ground, we can get out of this with some fiscal discipline. We'll get out of this strong. Now is the time to divest so that in the stage of recovery, we can come back even stronger. I think we've built the right base to manage for the future. And we just appeal to our buyers to not be like the global cooperation standards that we currently see. Like China is always fighting with the US, even though everyone should be standing united at this time. I think if this industry can unite and understand the problems that every part of the supply chain is facing, including the most vulnerable amongst us, which is our workers, then I think we can come out of this stronger.
And how do you see the situation when this is over? How do you see the future? Let's say the short-term future.
That is, it's it's an extremely difficult question to answer. I think we can see the future in two ways. One is the medium and short-term future, which is the next year and a half or so, during which the pandemic persists, and then it's the future after that, which is post-pandemic. I think the next year and a half we're going to see a very conscious consumer, a price conscious consumer, but also a consumer who is more cognizant of the environment, more cognizant about where his product is coming from, because they've been through such a massive shock, right? They've seen their world, like the same is true for you and I. We've seen our world flipped on its head entirely. And I think during this period, Soorty can be a great partner for most of our brands, because we have set up for an accelerate for these consumer shifts that were expected long term, which are now going to be happening earlier. We have a completely sustainable, vertically integrated setup. We have cradle to cradle certified garments, as well as cradle to cradle certified fabrics. A lot of transparency. You know, we're doing our own environmental footprint assessments, so these things can be utilized by the brands, and of course, very efficient companies. So good prices and short lead times. These are things that I think will be appreciated in the market for the next year and a half. I think beyond that, no one knows. Either you see a vaccine and then everyone bounces back amazingly, you know, and there's like celebrations like never before, and people forget it ever happened and they're back to their old ways of fast fashion. Or you see it's lasted long enough for people to come back and be more difficult to please. This category is so discretionary that you always have to reinvent yourself in order to maintain. And I think it's going to be quite challenging for us, but hopefully with company with us in the supply chain and with the right retail partners, I think you can stay relevant and maintain some extent of your revenue and sales.
Thank you, Mr. Soorty. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your input. And thank you for sharing your thoughts with our audience. We really appreciate it. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.